If you've been on YouTube at any point in the last couple months, you might have already seen an ad or two from Raycon floating around. Either as a normal ad starting before the video, reminding you that these are literally half the price of Apple AirPods, or it was featured as a sponsor spot in one of your YouTuber's favorite videos. I've seen big names like Gus Johnson, Danny Gonzalez, iDubbbz in his most recent video, actually. I've even seen Raycon sponsoring Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive. Now, seeing the sponsor spot, I come across this.
If you guys want some, they're right here. Go to buyraycon.com/Logan to get 15% off your order.
And I'm like, whoa, hell yeah, dog. So I go on down to raycon.com, I type in the discount code, and I get these. These are the Raycon E50 Eardrums. Let's see if they're worth the hype. Let's start with the unboxing. It was actually pretty cool, aside from some minor trouble I had opening the darn thing, but that was just me being an idiot, so I'm not docking any points from that. The presentation was very clean. The earbuds come separate their charging case, and included is a metal card full of different size ear tips, which feels very premium, as well as the micro USB charging cable and a strap to put the earbuds on your wrist if you so choose. The size is actually something I fell in love with. It's smaller than the palm of my hand, super lightweight, and honestly, it just feels great to hold. You can get these in a bunch of different colors. There are 2 special edition colors, yet at the time of this recording, right before I checked, one of the special edition colors was moved to the regular version, which is $10 cheaper, so there's only one special edition color now. I don't know what made it less special, but there you go. Now, if you want a special edition one, that'll set you back around $20. As you can see, I opted for the black version with the blue accents, just because if you couldn't already tell, I like blue. The actual buds themselves are actually bigger than the ones from the Soundpeats that I just reviewed. You can go ahead and check out the video after this one. To access your buds, the lid simply snaps off, presenting you with your buds, and then it magnetically snaps back into place, a mechanism that I'm like, on, because if you may or may not already know from seeing my previous video, I have a complicated history with earbud lids. Third, let's talk about the specs. Now, the specs aren't too crazy. I mean, they are, earbuds. They come with an IPX4 rating, making them sweat resistant. The playtime is about 6 hours, and this is the weird part, right? On the manual, it says that they come with an impressive 2,000 hours of standby time. 2,000 hours, which is bizarre. I don't even think it's true, but hey, it's literally on the manual. The charging case can recharge the buds up to 5 times on a single charge, and if you do manage to drain all that battery, unfortunately there's no fast charging on this, so it takes a full hour to get it back up to 100 again. Not too crazy, but that is a compromise. The fit of these is really good. It's a combo of a rubber tip with the shape of an earbud curving to make a permanent wing to make for a more secure fit. This means that they sit comfortably in your ear when you're in a car, walking, or literally any other daily use, so you don't have to worry about them falling out of your ear randomly like I did with the Soundpeats. I know this isn't even a comparison to the Soundpeats thing, it's just the most recent thing I can compare it to, because I don't have a lot of earbuds on hand at the moment. The sound in these is fine. It's not terrible by any means. It just doesn't blow me away for the money. It's mostly balanced, but I just have to keep readjusting the volume every so often, and it's so hard to get it in that sweet spot of this is the perfect volume for whatever it is I'm doing, without having to just change it every time there's a new song with maybe more bass, maybe less bass. It's very inconsistent with bass is the biggest problem that I have with it. Luckily though, changing the volume wasn't as annoying. It is with other earbuds. The controls of the Raycons are pretty sweet, so it's a simple tap to play pause on each side, a double tap of the right to go to the next track, and a double tap of the left to go to the previous track. A triple tap on the right will get you to increase the volume, while the same action on the left decreases it. A 2-second hold on either summons your voice assistant of choice. If you're on Android, it's going to be Google Assistant or Bixby, or Alexa. And if you're on iPhone, it's going to be Siri. Alright, now let's talk about the negatives. Aside from the sound, there are 3 main negatives to this device. Number 1, there's no wireless charging, which again may not seem like a big issue to you, especially if you're like not using wireless charging to begin with. But as somebody who is and is actively a fan of it, this is just more of a personal nitpick than it is a problem, but it's my list. Second, and this is a big one, is the pairing and connecting process. Now, I know that sounds dumb, but wait until you see this. So, pairing and connecting these has been the biggest pain in my neck since the moment I first got them. Alright, so if you look closely, when the earbuds are in the case and I simply remove the lid without taking the buds out of the case whatsoever, instead of doing nothing, because I didn't take the earbuds out, they pair while they're in the case. Why? But occasionally, and I never learned how to trigger it on purpose, if that doesn't happen, and I do remove the buds from the case because I want to use them, like earbuds don't connect at all. That is, unless I press and hold the earbuds and power them on while they're in my ear, so I have to dig my finger into my ear canal to press the button on the Raycons to make them turn on individually. They don't even turn on at the same time when you turn them on manually. So you have to turn on the left and then turn on the right, or God, and this is another problem that I also have. If I decide, hey, I just want to turn them off at the same time and then turn them back on, just like doing this, right? Just at the same time, both ears. More convenient, right? No, it isn't, because apparently one bud turns off and then the other one turns on. Why? And then after all of that, I still get an issue that forces me to have to go into my phone's Bluetooth setting and manually unpair and then repair them. And then if that doesn't work, I have to repair each bud. No joke, the first time I pair these, I don't have footage of this, I wish I did. They would only connect to the left. So on my settings, it would say Raycon-left, and that's what it would connect to. Just the left bud. But the right one was working. It was in my ear at the same time. It was driving me crazy. I had to turn it off and then restart it 3 times just to get them both to pair up at the same time once. The person buying wireless earbuds buys them for convenience. Nobody buys AirPods because they're just so full of features. They buy them because there's no thinking about it. They just work out of the box, you know? And it's so disappointing how inconvenient these have made my life and use. Because you see, the main thing you do with this is use it, right? To listen to music. Now let's say your Uber's outside. Now I know this might not seem like a big deal. Hey, you just wait a couple seconds. If not, you just do it every single time. That gets annoying. It really does. And honestly, it's more inconvenient than you think, because let's say you have an Uber waiting outside, or you're, on a crowded train, so you don't have that much, maneuverability. It's infuriating because you don't want to have to go reach into your phone or do this on a train. You just want them to work the second you manage to claw them into your ear. But that doesn't happen. And look, after all of that, just that entire rant, we gotta talk about the last negative, because I said there were 3. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could there possibly be something else after that? We need to talk about the elephant in the room. Now, for those of you that aren't giant tech industry nerd boys like me, this might seem a bit shocking, but believe me, it's nothing crazy. There's this practice where a Chinese hardware manufacturer will just make a bunch of earbuds. They'll reach out to different companies with, different branding, different marketing, whatever, and they'll say, hey, we make these earbuds, this generic, unbranded, thing that exists, right? We're gonna give it to you. You're gonna brand it, license it. It's gonna be a whole thing. You're gonna make money. We're gonna make money. It'll be sweet. And if you haven't guessed, the reason I'm mentioning it is because the Raycons are no exception. Look, you might be a fan of Ray J. You might be a fan of his journey, his work, his hero's arc, whatever you want to call it, right? And me telling you this will probably not do anything for you. You just don't care. And by all means, hell, you might even say, Creams, go frig yourself, man, because I don't care that it's not special. I want to support Ray J. I want to buy these earbuds and I want to support him. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. This is from the perspective of somebody who truly just wants a pair of wireless earbuds that are great. Now here's the big summary to my whole rants review. These aren't bad, but they're a ripoff. Because once you peel back the layers of all the Raycon branding and the commercials and the everything, essentially what this comes down to is that these are a $40 pair of earbuds pretending to be an $80 pair. Well, I do like, and I mean genuinely like, even love some stuff about these, like the size. Oh, I fucking love the size. The fit, the look, actually, I actually like the look. When it comes to using them for what they're made for, it comes up short. And I'm going to be returning these, and I'm going to link the same earbud hardware as these if you just like those things about them and you don't care about Raycon or Ray J or any of that. I'll link those alternatives, the same buds, so I guess brand alternatives down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to check out my previous video where I reviewed a different pair of wireless earbuds. If these aren't floating your boat, you might, or your budget, and you want to try something else, I'll link that down below or up here, whichever. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I'll see you guys next time.